7.1 Ratios and rates. Start off with a definition of a ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities. Quantities being amounts. We can write ratios three different ways. You can write them like you write a fraction. So we could say 29 over 12, meaning you have 29 of one thing, 12 of another. You could also write it as 29, use the word 2, 12. It's mostly how you would read it. Or you can also write it 29 and then use a colon, 12. They all mean the same thing. So when we have a table of data, you'll see some of these in your assignment where they have a list of some things and the number of them. In this case, we're going to look at some sixth graders. So for example, if the class has, the whole sixth grade has 21 boys and 12 girls, you can compare that part to part. The boys, according to this, it says compare boys to girls. So you're always going to list boys first or on top if you're writing it as a fraction. So boys would be 21 of them to 12 girls. And that is part to part because the boys are part of the sixth grade and the girls are part of the sixth grade. You could also write that the other ways, 21 over 12 or 21 colon 12. We can also compare the data a little differently. We can compare the boys and then the word to all the students in sixth grade. So there's 21 boys to, and if you add all of them, you do your 21 plus 12 gives you your 33. There are 21 boys to 33 of the rest. Or written differently, 21 to 33 or 21 colon 33. You don't need to write them each way on your homework unless it asks you to write it multiple different ways. The other way to do it is comparing the whole to the part, and again, now you're taking all the students in sixth grade to the boys. So this time, all the students are going to be listed first. So we will have 33 to 21, or 33 over 21, or written 33 colon 21. So that's comparing the whole to the part. So you need to be careful of which way the words are written, always making sure if one comes first, you list that one first or on top when you're writing the ratio. Next thing we're going to focus on is equivalent ratios. With equivalent ratios, it's basically saying if you have the same comparison of the two. It's very similar to equivalent fractions that we've done in the past. So if we start with our original ratio where we had 21 boys to 12 girls, what would that be if we had 42 boys? So we take this and we say, let's make the boys 42 boys. Well, to go from 21 to 42, we did times 2. So 42 boys times 2, we would do the same thing to the girls times 2, gives me 24 girls. So in this case, we would have 42 boys to 24 girls. Well, going the other way, if we start with our same ratio, 21 boys to 12 girls, we want to go all the way down to 4 girls on the bottom. So to go from 12 to 4, we divided by 3. So on the top, we're also going to divide by 3. So we would have 7 boys. Those are what we call equivalent ratios. And again, you can multiply by anything. I like to, when I make equivalent ratios, to do the multiplication one because I think multiplication is easier than dividing. But you can always use a calculator. We're trying to avoid decimal answers, though. You should always have whole number answers. The last thing in this section is finding the unit rate. A unit rate for us is if you were to just have one of them. So, for example, you go to the store and something says you can buy a 10-pack for a certain amount. Well, what would one pack cost? So that's a unit rate. So in this case, a unit rate when comparison is 1 unit. So a 2 liter. A 2 liter consists of 2 different liters, 1 liter plus 1 liter, and it costs $1.98. Finding unit rates very simple. You take your dollar amount, so in this case $1.98, and you divide it by how much you have. In this case we have 2 liters. So on your calculator you would do $1.98 divided by 2, and you would get 0.99. So the unit rate for this one we would say is 99 cents per liter, or if you wrote it 99 cents over 1 liter. So always your bottom number is going to be 1. And every time you do this, you are just going to divide the top by the bottom. And it's always going to be the same units on top, in this case dollars, to one of the things on the bottom. So top divided by the bottom. This is very helpful if you go to the store ever, buy anything ever, and you want to compare things. So for example, I like Dr. Pepper. So Mr. Gelsinga wants to stock up on Dr. Pepper. He goes to Meijer and finds out that 3 12-packs, so that would be 3 times 12, gives me 36 cans of Dr. Pepper, are $7.99. I also find that 3 times 24, 3 24-packs, which would be 72 cans, are $16.70. Now, what's a better deal? Obviously, I get more cans when I buy 3 24-packs, but what is the price per can? So you would set up to find the unit rate. So we would go $7.99 divided by our 36 gives me 0.2219 per can. And my 1670 divided by 72 cans, because the 3 24-packs is 72 cans of Dr. Pepper, equals 0.2319 per can. So when I'm looking for the better deal here, I need to find which one is going to be cheaper, because the per can price. So the better deal is 3 12-packs for $7.99. So always make sure you're answering the question correctly that it asks. What is the better deal? In this case, we want the lower price. Sometimes it'll say which one costs more, and then you would want to pick the other one. So it's not always about how many cans you get. Sometimes it's about how much per can.